This video is sponsored by the Foggy Dew, Dublin's legendary pub, located beside the Central Bank and Temple Bar. Come in for great nights, pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection.
So, this is Richie from the Metal Cell Podcast. I'm delighted to welcome you here tonight. I've got a stellar lineup. First of all, I've got the Boat Sank. I've got Chris, Charlie and Leighton. Thanks for joining me, lads.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. And then I've guest vocalists Andy, Ryan, Ian with me also, who contributed to the EP. We're going to be just basically going through the EP, and lads are going to have their say in that. We were just giving shout outs to Ben and Jude. Jude might make it possibly. He's caught up in work. So we'll see as we go along. Yeah, thanks for joining me tonight anyway, lads. You're all keeping well and drinking.
Cheers. Thanks
for having us. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. So the Boat Sank, Concerto of the Deep, or Concerto of the Deep maybe, Chris.
Yeah.
I remember you getting in contact with me about this, and you were like fucking really excited and buzzing. But like, I mean, I'm going to say that was a long time ago. Like that was maybe last year.
I think it was 2 years ago. I think when we first talked to you, we only had the one single out, and we'd just done the final for Metal of the Masses. That was our first, literally our third gig. And I was saying like, I had this idea. This is something I wanted to do. Yeah, and I genuinely, I think I may have even said some of the names of people who are here right now.
No, you
didn't. I was like, I know who I want. But
yeah, you said you knew who you want people. You were just teasing me, going, you won't believe. you never named names, which was really annoying at the time. But I was trying to guess. I got 2 out of 5, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's taken quite a while to kind of put it together. But we're here now, finally.
Yeah.
And you know what? You don't force a fart. Like if it's when it's ready, it's ready. Do you know what I mean? And this was the album is that thing. It took a long time. We had to get the right people, get the songs like done, and yeah.
I mean, like there is a concept to the EP. Is it okay to call it an EP or do you want
yeah. Yeah, that'll be an EP, yeah.
Yeah. With like kind of mythology, there's, I presume there's a lot of personal stuff involved in it as well. But initially, all those tracks were instrumentals, and so the thought then of grabbing vocalists and putting them on it. Did you give them free rein with the lyrics, or did you just point them in the direction of the concept? We'll say maybe we'll work on that first before we'll bring in the lads.
Pretty much it was, I think the only person I actually said there's definite lyrics, which we had lyrics written for, was for Ryan for the Atlantean, because we had lyrics written and I had sort of a vocal idea that I wanted. I just, like, I'm not a singer, and as you've probably know, on the last song on the EP, like with me, Leighton and Charlie, we're definitely not vocalists, but we give it our best. But I wanted someone who could actually carry that song through. And I mean, when we saw Ryan, we'll talk about it later, like, but when we saw Ryan singing, I was like, oh my God. I think I turned to Leighton at the night and was like, we need to get him. Like, we need that voice on that song. Like, that's the perfect thing. When you're looking for something, you hear it, you go, yes.
Okay,
that's the one. But everyone else was kind of like, I gave a rough idea of what the song was about and kind of let people run with it. And I mean, the ideas changed a lot of time on the night or on the day when people came down. We chopped and changed things, but yeah, I wanted it to be like a personal thing for each vocalist. I didn't want it to be like they're singing on our song. It was definitely, I wanted it to be a collaboration where it's our song. Like, we've supplied the music, you have to bring that last element. And I personally, I think everyone fucking knocked it out of the park.
Oh, it is. It's incredible, and like even listening back to it a few times now, thankfully I had the benefit of it because you didn't delay too much getting it to me, put it that way. So I was able to have it for a few days. It's just the strangest thing putting those songs with the lyrics and then with the lads' vocal contributions, because even though those songs instrumentally wise have been out like for probably 2-3 years, that the way they match up with the singers is bizarre. And it's just like just even from my point of view, I'm just kind of going, did the lads actually contribute musically to it? And of course they didn't, you know what I mean? But it's just bizarre the way all of them have matched up perfectly. It's a real good feel good buzz to it, Chris, that you managed to not only get great vocalists on it, but they do match up perfectly with each song. I just want to bring Charlie in with that. Musically wise, Charlie, the riffs and everything like that. Would you agree with what I'm saying there? The way it like considering that Ian, for example, with Haint, that type of riff is a Haint riff as well. It kind of sits comfortably in their arsenal, could say.
Quiet.
Yeah, we've got you now. Yeah, start there.
Yeah, no, definitely all the vocalists. I know they all just fit the right song. I know there's no better way to say it. You just know it's right.
I think like the songs kind of took on their own vibe. Like we were saying this last night at band practice that the songs, when they're instrumental, they had a certain feel, a certain vibe, and they felt complete, even though they were written for vocalists in mind. But whenever the vocalist came along and did that, like with Andy's vocals, for example, on Neptune's, like it's given the whole song a different lease of life. It's really it's taken it to another level up. It was quite an aggressive song, but with the vocals in it, it's twice as aggressive. It's all the songs they've got their own little life from the vocalists kind of putting their own input and take onto it, for sure.
Yeah. And before we'll go into the songs, I just throw to Andy, Ryan, and Ian. They're like getting involved with the Boat Sank. You've all probably seen them and played or gone to their gigs and stuff like that. So just talk about maybe your relationship with the lads, and we'll start with you, Andy, first.
Yeah. Well, I played with the Boat Sank at the Medal of the Masses. I think maybe even twice. I can't remember if we shared we shared a final with them, but the previous year, I'm mixing it all up, but we played a few different gigs with them, but we're all in Medal of the Masses. But really, I like the Boat Sank, I absolutely do. But my loyalty to this project was Chris. Like Chris and I go back 22 or 3 years now.
Wow.
Like we left school at the same time and met in music college and wasted about 2 or 3 years there, getting taught stuff we already knew. But that's kind of, and Chris actually played an early gig for what would then become Overoth. He filled in for Gary
Nice.
Beatty in one of our really, really early shows. So like
That was my first ever metal gig.
yeah, I love the way, just to talk about that for a second, Chris at the time only had one foot, really. He couldn't do the double kicking. So he down-tuned his tom and kind of faked it. And it was, I think that's the creativity that Chris kind of brings to everything, is, ideas outside of the box. And I think when he asked me to do this, I was really flattered. It was quite nice just to collaborate with him again. And that's no offense to the other lads in the band. Just Chris and I are history, So
Yeah.
I was obviously going to say yes, of course.
Ryan?
Yeah, again, we Solothurn had played with the Boat Sank in the final of the Metal to the Masses 2 years ago. And then it wasn't obviously you know from coming back onto the scene, you know you hear about the bands that are active, and everyone was you sort of talking about the Boat Sank and had to check them out, and then was listening to the singles. Um, Seeing them live was sort of like a totally different vibe altogether than hearing them. Just a real energy kind of coming at you. And it wasn't long after that that Chris dropped into my DMs and said, "I got this idea for an EP. Want to have different singers on different songs." I just thought I thought it was a really cool idea. I thought it was something that's never been done on the local metal scene before. I just thought it was a really cool idea. And when he said, I think the Atlantean had the single had already been released, and when he said that was the track that he wanted me on, I was like, there's no way I was saying no.
Yeah.
So it was very, very cool. And I totally get what you're saying, Richie, about how each song really fits the vibe of the singer that's on the
Yeah.
track. It's totally bizarre because this isn't like a Probot type project where the songs have been written distinctly with the singer in mind. The guys wrote the songs and just there happened to be singers that fitted those styles. Really class.
Yeah. Yeah. Ian,
Really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the guys a couple of times in the voodoo as part of Metal of the Masses, and then finally got to speak to the guys properly whenever we played in Derry with them. I must have been like a year and a half ago, maybe, was it, Chris?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I like great guys, love the music. Like for me, like there was an element that I thought was kind of missing. So to hear that they had planned on doing this was just, you just knew straight away I was going to take it to another level, you know. And then whenever I heard the singers that had been chosen, you just kind of know, like I've known Andy and Ryan for a long time. And yeah, it's just something that I was really looking forward to.
is it true?
Like, not just
Is
my
it
part,
true
but all of it.
Darren was devastated that he didn't get the call up instead of you?
Oh well, fuck him.
He's on
Sorry,
holidays
Darren.
now, apparently, so you can say that, you see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm after taking out sections of each song, just ones that I enjoyed. So the first one up is Andy's one. Andy, for those that are listening, is with Imperial Demonic and Down, ex Overoth as well. I'd love if Overoth came back at some form or something. I don't know, maybe a siege could twist your arm, Andy, or something like that. Who knows?
Gary's free, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, so this is Neptune's Wrath. This is the opening track. And let's go for it here. We'll give it a blast.
Judgment falls. Ocean speaks. Waves of death.
Yeah, class. Let's go to Andy about that. Embodying Neptune's rage, Andy. I think you did a fucking decent job on that one.
That's fucking chaos, isn't it? Chaos refined a little.
That's a difficult one to go into there, man. I mean, like there's probably a back and forth there with vocals, and I would say maybe this is just from a punter's point of view. Were you inhabiting different personalities to portray the kind of Neptune's rat. I don't know, man. Just help me out with this one.
Well, when Chris gave me the song, and obviously it had a title. The title couldn't change. The song couldn't change musically. Um, I first of all, I kind of like, well, I listened to it through and did the kind of no words kind of phrasing and tried to. I think I got the kind of verses phrased out near enough immediately. Um, but yeah, it's completely not a music style that I was in tune with. I mean, I listen to stuff like that all the time, but I've never tried to sing over anything as I don't really know what the fuck you guys are really. I mean, it's kind of progressive and progressive chaos or something. I don't really know, but I kind of delved into a few old unused lyrics that helped me kind of get started. And I mean, I find it difficult to write about nice things anyway. So Neptune's Wrath was already a good start. I have plenty
Yeah.
of destructive half verses written, which got me kind of going. And I kind of like I went in and out of it. I had a go at it, listened to the hell out of it for about a week, and then wrote a load, and then kind of put it away for a while again. Maybe about 6 weeks later, had another go at it, and kind of changed it up a little bit, progressed it on, and then of course when we came to actually recording it with the lads, it got tore up even more with so many new ideas coming into it, which obviously made it better, and it made it, awesome, which was really cool. So yeah, I actually think it's a really good song. But fucking hell, I'm really loud in it.
There's one bit in it, Andy, that I loved, and it's you do this like one short, like clean singing part, and man, it just elevated it so much. Like
Yeah,
that's just my thoughts on that bit.
I appreciate that, man. I've always really enjoyed your clean singing. Probably inspired me a little bit, believe it or not. So yeah, it's
There's
really
a
cool.
nice bang of early Gojira, Macedon as well. Leighton, would they be bands that for that track that inspired you with it?
Yeah, well, mostly like that tune's mostly like a Charlie sort of riff. That's one of the first songs I think we wrote together. Like,
Yeah, it's the
well,
first one we
obviously
did,
Charlie
yeah.
showed me the ropes to it and stuff and all, but like, yeah, like 100%. Like, that's what Chris sold me. Bringing me in with like he's saying like, oh, I met this dude and he's so fucking good. He's just a riff machine, and I I said to him ministry, and he said to me Mastodon. I was like, Mastodon and ministry. I was like, all right. And that was basically me fucking sold, like. But it's a brutal tune, like.
Yeah, I mean, lads, did any of you cop as well? Even with Chris's drumming there, it's like kind of swells the drums, like kind of giving it the overall feel of Storms. I'll throw that to you, Chris. Was that the intention, or
Yeah, man, it's so cool that you've picked up on that. Honestly, that's very, very cool. All the songs, like, I'm obsessed with storytelling through music. Like, I love concept albums. I love the telling a story, like, especially when it comes to like mythology and like how stories were used back before we had written word, and that's why they're so grand. These big massive stories about gods and demons and things that are so big, because it helps you hammer home a point that, because all mythology and all stories and all legends have an underlying point on the story and a lesson to learn from it. And the songs, I love whenever songs can, as you say, kind of tell the story. So that is all about Neptunes. It's all about water. Like, as a band, like, we're called the Boat Sank. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's an underlying current of the sea. There's a fascination of the waves. There's a fascination of the water. It's, it covers most of our planet. It is the most important thing we have, and it's incredible. And I love the idea of waves crashing. I mean, I literally moved to live by the sea. Like, but yeah, when it comes to that song, we wanted it to be this, as the song progresses, just like these waves crashing against the wall, crashing against the rocks. I mean, Andy's vocals they do it. There's one there's one like scream when he says screams, and it's like a higher pitch, and like every time I hear it, I get goosebumps because it's so fucking raw, and
Yeah.
it's brilliant. But yeah, that I mean, I don't want to sound pretentious and really up ourselves, but like it's taken so long to do this and get these songs perfect and write these songs and even come on the scene because we wanted everything to be perfect. Like Charlie, these songs probably could have been done a year ago, but Charlie likes to get things perfect as well. That's where we kind of really vibe. Like if it's not right, it's not right. And he will go through every single song second by second, minute by minute, find every little inconsistency or little mistake and fix it. So like analyzing that way, like we analyze our songs and analyze the story that we're telling with the music. Well, we hope to. So the fact that you've picked up on it is kind of cool.
Yeah, and do you know what is? I know what you're saying there about Charlie as well in relation to analyzing, and yeah, sometimes albums and EPs suffer because of that, because it kind of reduces maybe the rawness, and so I think you got that right, Charlie. That it's not there's a looseness to it, but it's not quite out of control, and it's not overproduced either, if that makes sense, Charlie.
Oh yeah. Just trying to get like a live feel more than sections played to perfection and then cut to paste them, like a lot of the modern music is these days.
Yeah. No, so you did really well in relation to that. Onto the second track there, the Atlantean, which is with Ryan and Solothurn. We'll give it a blast there first, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah, class, lads. Absolutely. Ryan, so very similar to what your own band will come out with. I'm going to throw that out to you. Did that take a bit of pressure off you? To your own kind of familiar musical vibe?
Yeah, you know what? It's always nice to feel like you're kind of working within your own wheelhouse, so to speak.
Yeah.
But so yes, vocally, I think that song was really well suited. I suppose there was a certain sort of straight. Chris came with the song sort of in completion with a melody idea and lyrics. So I suppose in that regard, there wasn't a lot of room for maneuver, but at the same time, there was kind of this added pressure, like this guy knows already what he wants in this track. So where do I fit in? I know Chris is sort of said he's not really a vocalist, but I actually thought that his version of this song was really class. I did think his vocals were banging.
Was that a kind of guide then for you, Ryan?
So it was a guide, and basically what it was what I did was when I got the track, I listened through to what Chris had done, and then sort of stripped it back. It's difficult. I don't know if the other guys would agree, and maybe they're in again somewhere different because they were able to write their own lyrics. I find it really hard to write or to sing the lyrics that other people have written because there's an emotional attachment.
Yeah.
For me, when I sing the songs that I write, because I know what I'm writing about and I know the emotions and the feelings that are going into them. So, Chris handed me the song really neatly between two wheelhouses. We just finished Waves, and we're going into doing the demo one for Hollow. So it just fitted really, really nicely that it was working on that really. I knew you were going to play that section of that song, that really big sustained note, because I've been working on that with Hollow and all. So um, it just worked really nicely, and I'd been in that follow-up section. Chris was like, I want vocal waves. I want your vocal. I want the vocals to be kind of warping in and out and to be wavy. I'd been obsessed. I've been listening to Hans Zimmer, the Dune soundtracks, and all the. And a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you know the way they have those like Arabian chants? You should try doing those over." And I was like, "Well, how am I going to do that? I have no
Oh,
idea what that vocal style." So that's my interpretation of what's going on with those vocal harmonies in the
yeah.
wave section, and then fading it way back out and bringing it in stronger, coming into a more aggressive sort of end that end and chorus.
Yeah.
Thought it was quite it worked well. And then I went to I was working with Dee, so it was I recorded the vocals in Dee's studio when we were demoing Hollow, and he always gets the best out of me in the studio. He sort of knows where I should be going with a song and what my vocals should be doing. So yeah, I think it came out really, really well at the end.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, 100%. Uh, maybe Chris, like as you said, you put in guide vocals there. Um, Still though, we know Ryan's vocal range and just that vocal performance to nail it as he did, like it's a fucking really nice one to kind of go, yeah, we got that right for sure.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, I'd said earlier on that whenever we were watching them play at the final, it's the Metal of the Masters finals are great because the Belfast scene is fucking incredible, and everyone, no matter what, even though you're card technically competing, you're still like fans of each other. You're still watching it. But normally, whenever a band's playing, especially I think they were actually on before us, and we were going to go on, so you're a bit nervous, you're a bit kind of like ready to go. But I remember just stopping and being like, jaw just hit the ground. I was like, looking to Leighton because he's the same thing. I was both like, wow. Atlantean, yeah, like just knew straight away. And we wanted like a very kind of Tool inspired vocals. We wanted someone that could kind of hold a Maynard Keenan thing that has the growl, has the but also can hit the notes. But what I love about Rand's vocals is that what he did on this song is so much better than the vocals I could do. Is when I sing, I kind of almost want to imitate things that I like and what I'm used to hearing. So I end up kind of singing with an American accent sometimes, or like I get like the James Hetfield like kind of when I fill notes. Yeah. But Ryan like sings with his accent, and that's why it's good. And it's like, and it feels so much more honest. And there's a lot of times in this song where his the accent comes through, and I'm like, yes, I just love that, and just hit the nail on the head. I genuinely remember, I think I was in Korea actually, whenever he sent the video or the song through in the hotel room, being like, my wife's like, what are you doing? I was like, speechless, being like, it's just incredible. Like, and then fired it through to the other guys in the band. It's just like so good. You get goosebumps. You're like, when you have a vision and it comes to fruition, it's genuinely incredible. This is a moment of it, like for sure. Because he wasn't in the studio with us. Some of our guys came down.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it was really kind of like I knew what I wanted, and I handed it over, and it was in safe hands, and I got exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And Andy Ennis had Andy and Ian heard that song yet, or when did you hear the Atlantean mix?
2 days ago.
Yeah. We only have heard each other's tracks this week.
Oh wow. Okay. So like me then. Fuck it. They're like the secret police here, like, aren't they?
So it was a really class experience for myself. It's the first time I did a guest spot on Bokram's album, but it's the first time that I've had that ability to kind of break down lyrics, understand try and understand what was going on, and get a feel for them and attach something of my own to something else that someone else has written. And I love that. I just think that opening line is amazing and just absolutely bang on the money. Deep in debt, bound to a God, we're lost and kept. I was like, that is a great line, unbelievable lyric.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I got that, I was totally hooked on the song, had to just make it my own. It was brilliant.
Yeah, there's a massive. I have Tool down here as well. It's massive.
So that was on Chris's Cliff's notes. It was like Tool, a perfect. There was big Maynard James Keenan sort of vibes in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, a perfect circle, you know, and MJK is obviously a huge influence on myself. So yeah, I was glad I was able to do the song. Hopefully,
Yeah.
justice.
Oh, fucking big
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And like big shout out as well. Charlie does fucking riffs in that song, man. Whew.
Oh my God, I mean, yeah, powerhouse riffs.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, on to Cry Wolf. So this is the section I picked out with Ian. Yeah, you can see why I picked that out because there's two dynamics going on there with both musically and vocally. Ian, was it not a challenge for you when you got the song initially, like trying to get your head around where can I bring this as a vocalist, taking your musician's hat off, first of all?
Big time, and it was probably the most organically that I've ever, like, in terms of being involved in somebody else's music. Because obviously Chris had sent me the track. I'd known it from before, but I wanted to stick with the theme of the title to an extent. So I'd written out a lot of lyrics and find it really hard sometimes to get out of my own sort of comfort zone of kind of what I know. So whenever I had initially then gone up to record, I had just planned on screaming the whole thing. You know, that was kind of like my go-to. And there was one particular line that Chris and I kind of kept honing in on in terms of the lyrics. And so he was like, "Dude, sing it," you know, and it just like, sing it, don't be screaming it. Come on, let's try this. And then the harmonies started happening. So I've never worked with anyone else before like that. It doesn't really, that very rarely ever happens with Haint. It's because we're too key. Yeah, it was an awesome experience.
Yeah, it is very much so, because like what people forget is that bands are so set in their way. There's leaders, there's different dynamics in bands, and then Chris, when you're given something to people outside your band and trusting them to deliver with maybe, I suppose, okay, so you can give them directional ideas, but vocally is always different. It's a different thing completely, and you know you're kind of relying on say the likes of Ian to get that thought process right, and then change maybe how he delivers to suit the song, you know, and the fact that you were there to help him. You would have struggled if that was the case, Ian, if he wasn't there, Chris.
I think whenever Ian came down, he, as he said, he had the lyrics, and the lyrics were great. I remember reading through them. We were standing side by side on the stage. We were just going, right, let's go through this, and it was very much just the screaming. There's parts I was like, yes, that, yes, that, yes, that. And I was like, if you think you're going to come down here and get away with not hitting those notes, like, you don't know me at all. Like, I'm going to get the best out of you. I'm gonna hold you down until I get what I want. And I love see the very start of the song. Like I thought you were going to choose that, the opening part of the song. Like in the recording, I think I sent you, it has like a count in. But in the final version, that's gone. There's no count. It's just straight in, and it's straight in with vocals. And that note, it's a harmonized note, and it's like goosebump material. It's so good. And I remember saying like, hit that note, and then he was like, I can maybe do one higher. I was like, well, fucking do it then. And it was like, and then he hit it, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. Yeah. Like I know now. Let's just every time he thinks he's got it, I'm gonna just see if we can just being cheeky. Like, can we maybe get a higher note? Can we maybe harmonize on top of that? And it was a lot of fun. Like I think I must have been a producer in a past life. Like I feel like I've missed my calling with that. I think I'm too late in the game now. But
even Chris, like rhythmically, the track kind of moves like a chase. Like how do you build that tension on the drums?
Matching Charlie's riffs and Leighton's riffs on the bass. I'm a bit of a show off when it comes to sitting behind the drums. Like I don't like being the drummer that like the Nico McBrain who's behind the wall of drums. I'm like, no, I want to be, look at me here. I've worked hard at this. You fucking watch. So a bit of an attention whore maybe with a chip on my shoulder. But following their riffs, I mean, credit to them. Like that song, I think Leighton came up with that one. Cry Wolf, he had just incredible riffs, and I just match what they do.
Okay, jump in there, Leighton. You're having an easy passage so far. Come on.
Well, Charlie helped me out with that one. At the first half of it, and everyone was that's pretty cool. So it was kind of like a tomahawk or like a Jesus Lizard sort of vibe to it.
Yes.
And then like
nice.
I come up with the second half of it, and it's kind of more like a Wild Hearts kind of riff, like something off Fuck. And whenever I text that one through, Charlie goes, "That sounds like that last one you put through," and I was like, "Going, okay." So like that, it made me think about like Fuck, and there's a couple of tunes that are stitched together on that album, like, and it's way like the Wild Hearts would use like their guitars like percussively, and then so that's where that and just together. So it's just literally stitched together and then thrown together, and then like Chris sort of helps like slow that down, speed that up, and then it all just works out. Like, Chris stitches it together. He's the sewer.
Yeah, the
seamstress.
The seamstress.
The weaver, not the fucking sewer.
Weaver.
Seamstress, I love that. That's brilliant. Okay, on to track 4, Man, Bear, Pig. Or half man, half bear, half pig. So, Ben isn't here, so Chris, you're going to have to speak for him. I presume he won't mind that. So, like, even the groove on this, I think this is probably the most playful one out of all the tracks. That's my take on it, It's a lot more relaxed. Well, obviously, Contagion, obviously, but like this one for sure was a lot of fun. I'm imagining anyway.
It is, yeah. This is the one we only have one music video, and this is the one we have with Wayne Donaldson did the music video for it.
Shout out to Wayne, nice.
I don't know if you've seen the video with literally just us having a belly slapping competition. That's what the video is. So yeah, it's definitely most playful. I mean, it's named after something from South Park,
Yeah.
But we couldn't. It wouldn't fit with the mythology. Like whenever we started talking about the half man, half bear, half pig, in my head it was like a minotaur kind of in a labyrinth and that kind of like Dungeons and Dragons vibe song. But yeah, Ben, I thought he would have a great. There was actually two vocalists I had in mind for this, and I went back and forth between them in my head, and in the end, I had to settle on Ben.
Was there a mole or bear vocal?
No. Do you know what? Like I remember Ian said earlier on that we played a gig in Derry. That was genuinely me wanting to see Haint and Molar Bear play. So I put together a gig, promoted it, got a promoter in Derry to put us on, and we would go in the middle. And it was just a pure vanity. I just wanted to watch those two bands play, and play a gig. We went up, and it was just purely on me, just wanting to watch them. But Molar Bear, that would have been a really good. I say I would have wanted Addy to play drums, to be honest, because he's such a good drummer.
He is, brilliant.
But, no, Ben, I've known Ben even longer than Andy. I mean, I think whenever actually I drummed for Andy that time, I was in a band with Ben, and the two of us are very much grunge kids. Like I've said to you before, I didn't grow up a metalhead. I grew up punk rock, grunge. That was my thing. And Ben and I were very much grunge band, and I wanted to have that vibe. The other vocalist I actually wanted to get was David from Sky Pilot. I thought he would have worked great, but it just didn't work. And they were busy. And then Ben, I was like, no, I think I could. I've got more of a personal relationship with Ben. And I wanted him on it, and he's been trying to get me in Trigger Tone for quite a while to do different things, and other bands come up. He's like, "Oh, dude, would you like play drums for me, dude?" And I'm like, I'd love to, man. It's too much on the go. But I knew he would be able to pull off that real grungy kind of sleazy vibe.
Early therapy as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got Vision of Disorder vibes from it. Those vocals, I thought they were really raspy and nasty. I thought they were very cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ben has this magical way of no matter what he sings on, he could make it sound like it should be on the soundtrack for The Crow. No matter what, he just has this way of everything he does could work. And I feel like even that song could now somehow work on that soundtrack.
How did that song come about, lads? Musically wise, can you remember back?
Charlie.
Yeah,
always comes back to Charlie.
Too. Yeah, but whenever I was thinking about putting the bass down, I was thinking Michael McKeegan from Therapy. 100%, especially at the start. I'm totally fucking ripping him off. Thanks, Michael.
Brilliant. Okay, on to track 5, Ruins. This is Jude from Acid Age. Thank you, Jude.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's a pity he's not on because he was just going to fucking kill me for that. But anyway. So that was, unfortunately, he's not here to get the gag. But that song alone is again, a fucking paired up, particularly for an Acid Age, the way Jude delivers and right through the whole song. I mean, I'd love to get his take on that. Like when he initially heard it, he's kind of going, "Did you guys rip my band off or what?" Like,
we told him straight up. We said we played that. I can't remember when the first time we played it, but I remember saying to Jude, he's coming down, and I was like, look, this song, there's one song in the set, 100% inspired by Acid Age. Like it's very much, it's our take on board jazz. Like it's,
Yeah, it is 100%. Like,
you know, and I said, look, this is all hats off. This is totally inspired by you, like for sure, especially with the structure of it anyway.
yeah.
And the vibe of it. First time I ever played a blast beat is on that song.
Oh wow, Jesus.
So, and I said, I'm never going to do blast beats. Fucking hate blast beats. Never going to do that. And I think ever since I've done that song, every song has included some element of blast beat.
But in the post edit, Jude, don't worry, I will put your vocals in it. But yeah, just knock them down a bit there.
I think he'd prefer that it's that you choose the guitar instead of the vocals. But I said to him about the track, I was like, dude, I want you on this. It's inspired by Acid Age. He's a big influence on us. Like, yeah, just an incredible band. I want you to do vocals, and he's like, I'll do it on one condition. Can I kind of do a solo as well? And I was like, can you? Like, you can solo the whole way through the song. Yeah, he was like, I want to do the solo. I was like, fuck yeah.
See, you never said that. You never said that. And I just went, that's definitely Jude in there. Like, no offense, Charlie, but
it's 100% Jizz solo. It's just bonkers. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, you can pick it out straight away, you know. Like, I don't even have to say. You're like,
yeah. And I mean, it's interesting as well because the original poem, Runes of Franklin's Voyage, which was obviously the HMS Erebus and HMS Terror. Did you like the opening part of that, the spoken word, Chris?
Yeah, that was just an idea. We thought, like, in the sort of the air of following in Acid Age's footsteps of trying to just do something new, it's like, let's just fucking do a poem. Let's just write up. Like, let's just. And when like the single is bookended by two parts of the poem.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting down writing that and being like, this is just a story, and we can put a song to it as well. And then Jude took those lyrics. He went 100% by himself. Was like, I took the idea of the poem, took the idea of it, took the story, just got it instantly. He knew exactly what I was going for. I knew he would be on the same wavelength with the grandiose epicness of it. And yeah, his lyrics are class, like, nailed it. And that scream, I hope if you choose the section, I don't know, in post, there's one scream that comes out of nowhere. It's like Overkill or something, or
Angel of Death. Angel of Death. That's what
Angel of Death.
Put that into the group chat. Like, it's like I think it's at 1:30.
Yeah.
It sounds like, I don't know if it's sure, but it sounds like it's an inverted. It's like an inhaled scream.
He's definitely doing that in word.
It's definitely an inhale, absolutely. Yeah, but it sounds killer.
Yeah. I mean, like, have you all played with Acid Age over the last few years, or is there any one of you that haven't? Or
yeah, once or twice, yeah.
Ryan, no?
No, yeah, I have the pleasure.
Oh, interesting. Andy, Dowan, no?
Played with him again. How many times are we going to say metal to the masses? But we Imperial lost to them in the final.
Oh,
yeah. So I fucking hate those guys.
It's great that he's not here. Right? He'll get a laugh now when he'll be watching. Brilliant. And the last track then, Contagion. I mean, look, that was brave putting your own vocals on it, but I mean, like, the Beastie Boys have nothing to fear from me yet, anyway. Okay. So we'll give it a listen anyway, first of all.
Feel the rage, boy, they skin, the red eye, live with a taste of green, in their teeth, running flesh, stop the day, get your feet, until you're fine, time to slow, increase the pain, get pushing on, eat straight up fell, stop your plate, and push it out, and the rage, contagion.
Right, lads. Talk to me about it.
Right. Okay. That song, I suppose I just said like the original idea was to be Aaron from Gravepath, and he would have fucking 100% nailed it. Like it would have been incredible with him on it. It's just we just couldn't get a time. We just couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't happening. With times we're free and stuff. It was too big an ask, but it was too fun not to include it. It's just fuck it. Why not? At least we can say we've done it. And it's just such a raw, like it's such a hardcore inspired song, and it's not really like the Boat Sank. It was our first single. We've definitely moved away from that sound 100%. Much more proggy, much more intricate. That song's just fucking nasty, but it's a part of the band. It's a part of our kind of story. It's a part of us.
Yeah,
it fits in with the EP because it's just pure aggression and anger. And we did it. The three of us got round the one surround mic in the middle of the room and just like took a line each and just kind of went round in a circle. Like it was fun.
Okay, so you snorted a line each and then you sang, is it? Charlie, who is the creative director for this song in relation to the vocals?
Vocals. I'm mainly the riff guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the best night's crack, like, but like definitely Chris was putting it together, but it took we at it for about 2.5 hours, and like the first hour and a half was me trying to figure out if I had a voice or not. Like, you know, it was like balls dropping, balls not dropping, inhaled balls. It was just helium. It was just a fucking mess. And then Chris goes, just pretend you're shouting at your kid. It's like, okay, but I don't abuse my kid. But like, yeah, but then I just landed on some sort of crazy fucking Cockney sort of accent, and I think it kind of worked a wee bit in places.
It's funny that you say that because this is probably my favorite song on the whole record. I just love the whole punkiness of it, and there's like.
It is Warlock, yeah.
It's nothing like them, but it's maybe your voice and the kind of Englishy type voice. What came to my head was like a tuneful extreme noise terror or something. I really love
it. I'll take that.
It reminded me of there's a song off the second Soulfly album where it's like Max Cavalera, Chino Marino, and Grady, Pain.
Yeah.
And the way they interplayed with each other, the three vocals, and I was like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, that's it. That's how this song, I thought it was absolutely perfect. It was really fun. It was punky. It was aggressive.
Yeah,
I thought you guys nailed it on this one.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Just in relation to the artwork, because that has to come out as well. It's a very important part of the whole package. Talk to me about that. Where did you go with that, Chris?
There's a guy that I'd seen on Instagram. He was doing a lot of kind of cool. It looked like medieval etchings, you know, the sort of that kind of vibe. And I was like, I liked his artwork. He's done a couple of things for us since. And metal artwork for me, I find very difficult because, especially now, there's a lot of people using fucking AI, and AI like it's terrible. Like, and it looks so much. It just looks so mishmashy and stock, and just gets lost in the noise of all metal albums kind of look the same. It's either going to be a blue album, a red album, black and white album. Like, it's just a lot of it's very similar. But I wanted something that kind of had an epicness to it, but had a mythological old kind of vibe. And I wanted to make sure it was all hand drawn as well, because that's quite important. I know a lot of artists, and like when you see what they can do, it's just it works better. And all these, so he did lots and lots of different sort of drawings. He did one of, I took a picture of the Neptune statue when I was in Florence, and I was like, can you use that? And he's like, sweet. So you do that. And I was like, I want this like sea creature. I want a boat. I want waves. And he kind of just did all these different was like photoshopped them all together and kind of woven. So cool.
Yeah, it is class. I mean, you're spot on. I mean, to kind of look at it, it reflects what's inside the package, you know, and that's really important, you know, for a punter especially. And look, it would make a fucking great t-shirt, to be fair, lads, wouldn't it?
I've got one in there already. I was going to wear it tonight, and I was like, no, I shouldn't wear it.
Yeah. Metalers just love a fucking real good concept that you can kind of buy into, and you know, to have that on the front cover of the EP definitely does the lads justice as well as vocalists as well, you know, because I mean it's a difficult one to nail down as the team, you know, because like the nautical team has been done to death, but to fucking get something like that, and it is powerful, and I think it does reflect what the hard work that the lads put in as well as vocals, you know, that you got it right on the front package as well. Would you agree, lads?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's dark, it's gritty, it's everything that you're going to get in the album or the EP. Sorry, lads.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, like the balancing, Charlie, like, did you do all the mixing and mastering as well? Or you did, yeah?
All the mix and mastering, yeah. Every track that was previously mixed and mastered that we released, I've redone it from scratch. So the vocals would fit better.
Yes. So, like, to make it cohesive, like, it was a big project, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of fun as well. Just going back and forth and trying out different things. Plenty of reverbs to mess around with.
Yeah, and like even Leighton, like, was there unexpected challenges or happy accidents during the whole process?
I think there was like Charlie's definitely very patient with me whenever I'm putting it down. There's a lot of F-bombs whenever I fuck up routinely, almost on time. But no, that like it's great fun. Like Charlie's very patient, so's Chris. God bless him.
What about that question to you, Chris? Was there any kind of unexpected challenges or happy accidents, even with working with the lads there on vocals?
Not. I don't think there were. The only challenge was trying to get people times because everyone's so busy, and I'm very aware that like I'm not paying anyone. Sorry, lads, in case I haven't made that clear.
What do you mean? What?
Like, so you're asking people to give up their time, and they already have like Andy's in 2 other bands who are very successful bands who are doing a lot of stuff all the time. So asking someone to take time out of that schedule to come down, like you're asking a lot, and I was very aware that I was asking a lot of people. And I mean, I said to everyone in the group chat, like I'm in debt. So if anyone ever needs drumming done, or if they need someone to come in and just like have ideas, I'm the idea guy. Like I've got them coming out my ears. But that was the only challenge. Everything else just worked. The everything, it generally was like a team moment. You're like, I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, that was it. It's just worked, and I'm floored by it, and I'm genuinely in love with it. It's one of the best things that I've put together so far. We've put together. Sorry, we've put together. Like I'm immensely proud of it. Like very much so, and there's so much more to come as well. Like, and it's not going to be a one-off thing. I think that was like, we'll see if we can scrape this together. Already we've got songs. I'm like, because we did have some different vocalists come down and try the other songs. I'll not name names, but we had people come down, and they are incredible vocalists, and we will definitely work with them on something else. It's just the songs that we had picked didn't actually work, and we've chosen not to use some songs for this EP. It's going to go on a different concept EP that we have planned as well. So it's kind of reassuring that, you know, because the world isn't fucking perfect, Chris, that some songs didn't work with vocals. You know, people like watching this or listening to it will just get the impression, oh, the boys nailed it, and you know, happy days. Like, so that's nice to put that out there, that look, there's other songs with vocalists that didn't actually work, but you know, they'll be coming down the line. So I want to just kind of end up the interview with
quickly to Ian, like what did you get out of the whole project, Ian? You touched on it briefly there, just kind of collaborating out of your comfort zone and stuff.
Yeah, just literally that. Just how on the fly and like inspired the whole process was from the very get go. Just on the way up, and just shows you how slightest wee thing can take music in a completely different direction. Because it's certainly song has ended up completely different to where I had initially heard it in my head. And hats off to the guys for really allowing me to, well, for one, bringing me out of a shell a wee bit, just letting me kind of a bit loose on the whole thing. But very, very enjoyable.
Class. Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, the same as Ian. And before I talk about myself, I have to say, Ian, I was so glad to hear your clean vocal on that track. I think your clean vocals are where you shine, man. Like even in Haint and even from back in the day in stand-up guy, your clean vocals have always like jumped out at me. So more of that, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, the same, just what Ian was saying. To be part of like such a collaboration, such a unique project with all these different, when Chris approached me, he kind of gave me a smattering of names, but didn't really name specifics. He's like, these are the guys I'm kind of thinking of, like to be considered in and among guys that I've grown up with and also looked up to in a lot of regards. It's been pretty cool. This is something different for the local scene. This isn't like a compilation album. This is a band getting guys from different bands open their music up to the interpretation and just saying, what are you going to do with this? And that was awesome to be a part of.
Yeah, class. Yeah, well done.
What
Yeah.
did you like rap?
Yeah, you know it. Love with him for life.
Yeah.
We're saying no more.
Andy.
Within the road station there.
Did someone break up there? Sorry, Andy.
What was the question?
As he takes a big gulp there to consider. Have a smoke actually as well there and just lean back. Tell us what did you get out of it, Andy?
I think Ian sort of hit it, like pushing you out of your box. I mean, I've been a fan of squeezing out of my box for a long time now. That's kind of where Doan came out of. But I like to help other people out. I like to do, I like to be asked for one. That sort of gives me a bit of a pat on the back. I've been doing something right all this time as well. I did a Vicious Head Society. I collaborated with him. I did some guest vocal for him, like on his last album. And to be asked again to do something that's entirely out of my wheelhouse, a musical style that, yes, I know and I listen to, but I've never ever tried to perform on top of, except for maybe in the car. I just really love doing it, and I would absolutely do it again. So, cheers, lads! Thanks very much for having me.
Cheers. Yeah, well, you heard it here. He's agreed to do it again.
Maybe this time.
Packed in blood. Packed in blood. And you know what? We'll give a shout out again to Ben and Jude for their contributions to making this EP an absolutely brilliant, unique event in the Irish metal scene in 2025. It is coming out, Chris. When? What's the launch date?
When? Well, hopefully, if we can get it sorted, it'll be whenever this podcast is being put out. We'll have it. We'll have it for that day. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so congratulations on it, man, and well done, Charlie, Leighton, and Chris. It is brilliant. It's something completely different and unique to the scene, and I genuinely hope that people will look back on that in a few years' time and kind of go, well, this kick-started more collaborations within the Irish metal scene, because I genuinely think there's an opening for a lot of bands to fucking collaborate, and it should be done more, in my opinion. But for at the moment, enjoy this, everybody. And it's a unique event, and the lads knocked it out of the park. So fair play.
Thank you very much. Yeah. The next challenge is trying to bring it live then.
Absolutely.
Everybody groans. Yeah, I'll pay money to see that live. So you've been listening to Chris, Charlie, Leighton, Andy, Ryan, and Ian, and just check it out. Concerto of the Deep. It's out when this podcast comes out, and again, support all their bands, support the Irish metal scene, and congratulations again on a great release. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers.
Take it easy.
Night.
Later.
Age of ice, brought us to our knees. Go down with your vessel or die of disease. From ruins of ghosts, lost in eternal white. From the tales of old, to the darkness we streets and consumed, shrouded in mystery where we prevail. Swords of bricks over my tomb, the naked of famous old man that got soon. From ruins of ghosts, lost in eternal white, from tales